Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Sports Dialogue podcast host, Paul Edwards.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Sports Dialogue podcast. My name is Paul Edwards, and I'm your podcast host. I'm here to discuss the NBA Finals, the New York Knicks versus the San Antonio Spurs. I am going to begin on this episode. I'm going to discuss what occurred in Game 2 in San Antonio. The Knicks prevailed. It was a close one. The Knicks did win. And I'm going to start by playing for you, as usual, a little bit of what I said before Game 2 began and what the keys for both New York and San Antonio was, at least in my opinion. And then I'll come on back and I'll also play the highlights of the game after playing what I said. And then I'll come on back and we'll dive into the numbers and see exactly what happened. So here we go. I do think the Spurs will shoot better in Game 2, a better field goal percentage. I think they'll shoot it better than the 36%. They'll be somewhere in between their 42 and 48%, like they did in the OKC series. I think they shoot 42%, and I think they'll shoot, probably 35 plus percentage from the 3-point line. So I think they'll shoot better, the Spurs. I think the Knicks will shoot better. I think the Knicks are going to shoot up around 47% in Game 2 plus, and I think they'll shoot, maybe 37% from three. And I think, they just have to make their free throws and play defense. And to the degree that the Knicks can limit Wimby scoring to, between 20 and 25, but even if Wimby gets closer to 30, I think the Knicks have to prevent the Spurs from getting 5 or 6 other players in double figures.
Brunson fumbles it, shot clock at 4. Brunson drives on Champagnie, pulls back his first shot of the night. That's good. Brunson looks to push.
He can't believe he missed that. He just short-armed that reverse.
And Brunson nails the 3. That's what Mike Brown wants from the Knicks, the fast pace, right?
And I don't think I ever did. I recall getting hit in the hair, and I had a mullet at one point, I think, in the early part of my career.
Brunson goes down a lane. Layup is good. A rare open space. He's got 4 of those tonight. Brunson pulls up three-pointer, knocks it down. Timeout San Antonio. Knicks have opened up a 10-point lead. Bridges gets caught on a screen. Castle keeps his dribble alive, leans in. Towns helping defense. Stolen by Anunoby. There's Brunson, goes at Champagnie. Layup is up and good. A floater from Jalen Brunson. That means nothing unless they get another, and then it's a technical. Bridges catches. Bridges inside. Brunson flips it up and in off the glass. And the Knicks back up by 3, under 2 to play. Brunson on the drive, stops, falling away, it's up, it's good! Jalen Brunson, another clutch shot, we're tied again.
Brunson with the answer once again. Saw this in Game 1, we're all tied up, 39 seconds. Huge turnover. I also think they weren't totally clear on if they wanted a timeout or they wanted to push it. That's what it looked like to me. There was some
7-point San Antonio lead. Spurs led by 10 in the first quarter of Game 1. Towns quick catch and shoot.
Again, Karl-Anthony Towns. That's a great little brush screen by Brunson. That gives them another half second of open.
He wants to have an impact on the game so badly. Rushed that a little bit, did not read the floor.
Towns drives on Cornette, lays it in as he goes crashing to the floor. Anunoby to McBride. Alvarado's checked in for the first time for the Knicks. Towns steps back and nails a shot. That's very close. Towns drives inside and slams it home.
Everything he's done in this half offensively has been with aggression, but it's also taking time.
Hart had 2 quick fouls. McBride searching. Towns Scott Castle, and great recognition from Josh Hart. Champagnie putting pressure again out at half court. Here comes the double. Bridges, Towns, wide open corner three, knocks it down.
More than just 4 shots. He thought they missed him at the rim a couple times. He said, hopefully we can triple those shot attempts in the second half.
Towns sees a screen, gets inside, banks it home. Karl Anthony Towns overpowering. So tough. Mike Brown was talking about that. How physical and how tough the Spurs guards are. Anunoby drives on Wimby, gets inside, layup is good. Uses the rim as a shield. Brunson trying to find some room, floats it out. Anunoby, fake, fire, hits. OG Anunoby, the three-pointer. Bridges, and an excellent second quarter, 11 points in the period. Anunoby catches and hits the three-pointer. His second three-pointer. Knicks now. Brunson to Anunoby, dangerous pass. Anunoby drives, layup is good. What a tough layup. 8 on the 24. Anunoby drives on Wimby, gets inside and throws it down. The force of OG Anunoby.
But watch right here. That extra step and the patience. He knows now. If he flips that up there, Wemby's...
Okay, so you saw exactly what I said before game 2, and you saw the highlights. So let's kind of dive in and see. Let's start with the Spurs. I did say the Spurs needed to shoot 42% overall shooting from the field goals attempts. So it's field goal percentage. If you take 10, you make 4, you're shooting 40%. So I said that the Spurs would shoot somewhere, because they were home, would shoot somewhere between 42 and 48% overall field goal percentage. And they actually shot 47%. So I was fairly accurate there. I said from the three-point line, the Spurs had to shoot 35% plus to give them a chance to win. And they shot 37%, so I was fairly accurate there. In addition, the Spurs, well, we'll get to that in a minute, but we'll go back to the Knicks. The Knicks, I said, would shoot it field goal percentage 47% overall. And the Knicks shot 41%. So they were short of that mark. They'd make 37 shots. And so did the Spurs. But the Knicks, if I'm not mistaken, got up 89 shots. And so they made 37 of 89, which was the 41.6%. And I felt that they needed to be up about 47%. So they needed to make a few more shots. The Spurs made 37, but they only attempted 78. So although the Spurs shot a higher percentage at 47.4%, because the Knicks got up 11 more shots, that kind of offset the shooting percentage difference a little bit. So the Knicks made 37 and the Spurs made 37 shots, but the Spurs were more accurate than the Knicks. I felt that the Knicks were up, as I said, about 47%. They would have made certainly more than 37 shots, and would have, they would have had a more comfortable win. So if we take a look at the free throws, I said that the Knicks had to make their free throws. And, they were 76.2%. They made 16 of 21, which was not good. You need to be up about 90%. They need to do a better job on the free throw line. The Spurs, they shot set worse from the free throw line, 70.4%, 19 of 27. So the Spurs needed to do a little bit better on the free throw line. And remember, they only lost by 1 point, the Spurs. So both teams made 37 shots. And had the Spurs shot it a little bit better, then 70.4% from the free throw line. They were 19 of 27. So that means they missed 8 foul shots, free throws, and they lost by 1 point. If they made two more, you know, that could have resulted in a win. So free throws are very, very important. And I don't think both teams shot it well. Again, the Knicks only shot at 76.2%, and San Antonio shot at 74.4%. So both teams can shoot it better from the 3-point line. So I felt that, as I said, I felt that the Knicks had to play defense, which I think they did. And I felt that the Knicks had to prevent, I said that the Knicks had to prevent the Spurs getting 4 or 5 other players other than Wimby. I felt Wimby would get, his 20 to 25 or even 30. I said that Wimby's going to get his. But the Knicks had to limit the supporting cast, the other players on the Spurs, limit them from getting 4, 5, 6 other players in double figures. And they did that. The Spurs had 1, 2, 3, 4 players and other players other than Wimby in double figures. So they had 5 players, not 6 or 7. And that's key because, again, the Knicks only won by 1. So, if Champagny was in double figures, he had 8. Mr. Johnson wasn't in double figures. He had 3. And Carter Bryant had 2 points. Cornette had 2 points. So any one of those players, if they had gotten another player up in double figures, it could have been a different story. So the Knicks did a good job by not letting them get 6, 7 players in double figures. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in double figures. And that's the importance of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play for you what I said about Mr. Bridges earlier in the playoffs when, he wasn't shooting as well as he's capable of shooting. And I'm going to also play for you what I said about Josh Hart recently before I think it was game 2. Okay? So just take a look at that. I would tell him, listen to the noise. You are a very, very good player, offensively and defensively. Right now, you're not shooting as well as you can, but that most NBA players go through that. You are a scorer, a shooter, and a defender. Keep shooting quality shots. Don't force it, but do not pass up a quality shot when it comes your way. Continue to shoot. If you don't make the shot, just play that much harder on defense. Whether you're making shots or not, you can still play defense. Mikal Bridges is a very, very good defender. So, Mr. Bridges, don't listen to the noise. Keep shooting and keep playing. Even if you're not making the shots, raise your defensive level. It's already good. Even raise it to another level. Play defense, continue to shoot, and you'll do well. Listen, folks, stay tuned. As I said, subscribe to the channel. Coming soon. There'll be posts later in the NBA playoffs of Sports Dialogue. Thank you. God bless you. I don't have the highlights for Josh Hart, but, I told you that he's one of my favorite players. He has a big heart. There is no question about Josh Hart. He is a tremendous player. I think he had, if I'm not mistaken, just want to take a look, he had 15 rebounds. I mean, Josh Hart, how tall is he? I'm not sure. He's 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". I mean, 15 rebounds and 6 assists. There's a point in the game where he was just getting the rebound after rebound after rebound, and that changes the game. So big props to Josh Hart on his game 1 performance. And I think that, my only thing, other message to Mr. Hart is, hey, listen, your teammates have confidence in you shooting. I see that they're rotating the ball to you. You're coming off screens. You're getting the ball. But I see you passing up shots. You took 5 shots, and you were 1 for 5, Mr. Hart. Have confidence in your shot. I believe you can get more shots up. Don't pass up the shots. Okay. So we'll start with Mr. Bridges. You saw what I said when he wasn't shooting as well as he could. Earlier, before this series, when I did the episode previewing this final series, I said that I thought, I could only speculate on the matchups because, again, I'm not coaching, but I felt that I would have put, if I'm not mistaken, Bridges on Champagny. So Mr. Bridges, I look at what Mr. Bridges did in game 2. He scored 20 points overall. He was huge. That was big. Get it? I always felt he's a 20 to 25 point a night player. And on a good night, he can drop 40. But I felt that he needs to consistently be scoring around 20 to 25 points a night, and he's very capable of that. In game 2, he shot 8 for 13. He got 20 points, 66.7%. And I don't know, 61.7%, and he shot 4 of 6 from 3. So he shot 66% from 3 points and 61.5 field goal percentage overall. That's very good shooting. If you take a look at what Mr. Champagny did, let's take a look at Mr. Champagny. He shot 2 of 6 overall, which is 33%. And Mr. Bridges shot 61.7% overall. And Mr. Champagny shot 2 of 5 from 3-point land, which is 40%. And Mr. Bridges shot 66.7%. So I did give the edge to Mr. Bridges over Mr. Champagny, who is a very, very good player. Don't get me wrong. You're talking about 2 very, very good players. So I did give Mr. Bridges that edge. And it seems like, at least for game 2, I was correct. And we need to see that the Knicks, I said that the Knicks needed to get, at least 5, 6, 7 players in double figures. The Knicks, if we take a look, the Knicks had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in double figures. So it seems that both teams had 5 players in double figures. And I think the Knicks have to continue to limit the Spurs for the Knicks to win from getting more, allowing the Spurs to get more than 5 players in double figures. And for the Spurs to win, they got to get 6, 7 players in double figures. And the Knicks themselves need to get more players in double figures. Need to shoot it a better. That 3-point shooting was fine. That percentage from 3-point was fine for the Knicks. 39.5%. But they have to get that overall field goal percentage up from 41%. They need to get that up around 47, 48 and continue to shoot 35+% from 3-point line and get 6, 7 players in double figures and play that defense. Hit your foul shots. That's the formula for the Knicks to win. And the final part of the formula, which is a part of getting 6, 7 players in double figures, the New York Knicks bench needs to get back to producing the way they were. I think Larry Shamet got in double figures. He had 13 points, which is great. I do think that we haven't seen the best of Miles McBride and Jose Alvarado's shooting as yet. And it's going to come. But we need those players in double figures also. I think Mr. McBride was 2 for 7 overall, which is 28.6%. And 1 out of 3 from 3-point land, which is 33%. Mr. Alvarado was 0 for 4. So, and 2 of those were 3-point shots. The good news is they're getting shots up. Mr. Alvarado got 2 3-point shots up, which is good. And Mr. McBride got 7 shots up, which is good. So that rush should be wearing off. And those 2 players, I think, need to score in bunches in game 3 at home. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And also, I would like to see Jordan Clarkson gets some minutes off the bench. It's such a high intensity that the intensity level is off the chain. And I must give San Antonio credit. They meaning San Antonio, they played really good defense. The Knicks at times were having trouble just making basic, getting the ball up the court, number one, and then making basic system passes. When with the offensive system, usually in the regular season, you pass the ball here, you pass the ball there, you rotate it. They're not really challenged. The Spurs were making it hard for the Knicks just to run their stuff. So there were times where, I saw Mr. Alvarado, he just had to they were pressing up on him and he just like, I got to take it to the hole. They're stopping the pass and he got it to the hole, missed the shot, but he did the right thing. So the Knicks have to be ready for that intensity. And it's not like the teams don't know each other. They know each other well. They watch each other, it's been a long season and they know what each team is going to run. So they're jumping passing lanes. So what the Knicks have to do is, in football, we have options. We read certain things. And as a former quarterback, I'm used to reading. I don't care what you do, just do something. And if you do something, then I'm going to do something to counteract what you do. So if I'm reading the free safety and I'm sitting back in the pocket and the free safety is going to take my deep route away, okay, good. Because you know what? I got my Z crossing underneath across the field where the safety left to cover the deep guy. And I'm going to hit my Z. So, and if he jumps on the Z, I'm going to throw the touchdown pass to my receiver going deep. So it's up to him what he wants to do. You want to give it 30 yards or you want to give it the bump? I don't care. So what the Knicks, sorry to bring the football analogy in, but the Knicks have to see that they're jumping the passing lanes. So what are we going to do? So if they jump in the passing lane, maybe a quick backdoor cut. They're used to you passing the ball out to the right to start your offense. Maybe you fake that pass and then he dives back, because if you're going to jump the cut, then do the backdoor. So, or whatever options that the coaches are giving you. So the Knicks have to, I believe the Knicks have to realize that, hey, these guys know what we're doing. And they're jumping our passing lanes. So we now have to go to another option. What are we going to do? We have to do something a little bit different from what we're doing normally, because they know what we're doing. And that's why they're making it so hard for the Knicks to make passes. So you got to, do a variation on your system a little, not change it now. But when they're pushing up on you that tight, they know where you want the ball to go. They've seen you on film. They're watching it. They know exactly what's going to happen. So the Knicks have to make some adjustments there. So I do have to give credit to the Spurs for playing that tough defense. But the Knicks won, despite the fact that, they shot 41% and they didn't shoot it as well from the free throw line. They won, which is huge. So now you saw what I said about Mr. Hart. He just has a big heart. He impacted, 15 rebounds. I think that was in game one. Was it 5 assists? At one point he was just controlling the boards, and that's phenomenal for a guy his height. And I did think though he needs to keep shooting. I think he's a little hesitant now on shooting. Shoot it. You saw what I said. He needs to shoot it. He only got up 4 shots and he had no points. Have confidence, Mr. Hart. When you're open, let it fly. And I think that I think I touched most of my points that I wanted to share. I do see the Knicks winning game 3. I believe that the Spurs probably won't shoot as well as they did in San Antonio, just simply because they're not used to Madison Square Garden. I think you see them shooting, about 40% overall. I think the Knicks need to get up as many shots as they did in game 2, get the 89, 90 shots up, but make a higher percentage of them and make your free throws. If you do that, I predict that the Knicks will win game 3. And game 3 is a critical game because the Spurs are capable of winning. And 2-0 is great. But, the Spurs are a good team. The Garden will be rocking. New York City will be rocking. So we need to just go ahead and get that game 3 win. Because if you get that game 3 win, it's not impossible to come back, but it's very unlikely. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Make sure you get your exercise in. If you're a certain age, make sure you get your doctor's approval first, then get your exercise in. I'll see you on the next episode. You'll see a promo about my book coming. And please subscribe to my channel so you can see these episodes. And I got a lot of good stuff planned for the future. So thank you for watching, and God bless you.
The Truth Plan shows us how to help to eliminate the inequities in affordable housing, unemployment, healthcare, education, the media, small businesses, access to capital, and much more. The Truth Plan also shows us how the elimination of these inequities also benefits the higher income community. The goals and objectives for equity are crucial in addressing the disparities that exist in our society. A primary focus must be on eliminating the racial, wealth, and equity gaps that disproportionately affect low-income and minority communities. This involves a comprehensive approach that includes ensuring access to affordable housing, improving employment opportunities, and enhancing healthcare access for underrepresented groups. By prioritizing these areas, we can create a more equitable foundation for all individuals, regardless of their background or economic status.
The Truth Plan is a self-help plan to eliminate the racial, wealth, and equity gap that exists between the low-income, the middle-income, the Black and brown communities, and the higher-income communities. The Truth Plan believes that all communities should prosper. The success of the Truth Plan will help to eliminate the inequities between the aforementioned communities in the areas of affordable housing, unemployment, healthcare, education, the media, small businesses, access to capital, and more. The higher income communities will also benefit. Prosperity for all. Never settle for less.